Hey guys, welcome to Makeup and Hustle. My name is Vidhi and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm really excited about this video today because we are going to be doing something that I just, it's just my thing. We are talking about the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I picked this one up in a recent Sephora sale. I think they had like 20% off for Black Card members. I am so excited to try this one. Like, it is gorgeous. I mean, the shades in this, I mean, this defines me. Like, honestly, these are shadows that I just thrive on, basically. I was super happy with the palette that I tried in my previous video, and I'm just as ecstatic to try this one. So let's get started with the video. Before we go into the palette, I do just want to say, if you enjoy my content, please don't forget to give this video a like, and also subscribe to my channel. Yeah, let's just dig in. Like, I'm excited. As you can see, I've got my base done. I've got my foundation, blush, bronzer, etc. I've primed my eyes with just a concealer today. I did not use a primer or anything like that. I haven't baked today. I'm just going to start out by powdering my eyelids just to kind of lay down a base. So I'm using the Australis Fresh and Flawless, just on a big fluffy brush, and just to make sure that we're able to easily blend. I don't want to put any more stress on my eyes than it's already going through. So, all right, so just going in with like a big fluffy blending brush. I am going to go in with Sundown, which is like this beautiful transition shade right up at the top here. Place that in my crease. I'm using the brush from the very tip just to get maximum diffusion of the color. Because I have hooded eyes, I tend to take it quite high just so that we can see the shadow when our eyes are open. So from this collection, I only got this palette. I kind of wanted to get the face palette as well, but like, these things are so expensive. This palette itself was like $111 here in Australia. So there we go. I love that. I'm going to take a smaller pencil brush and I'm going to be taking that same shadow on my lower lash line as well. I'm just going to be building it up as we go, since we have the base done already. Actually, we'll mix Magma and Suntan. So we'll mix these two shades and build the outer corner. I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics Marble Collection number 6. I feel like that'll just be easier to blend. And I'm just going to use the same brush and sort of mix those two shadows and take them underneath. And then what I want to do is I want to take that big brush again, and I'm going to go back into Sundown, which was the first shadow that we used, and we're just going to blend everything together. So just that big fluffy brush, just take a little bit, and then just a little bit above these shadows, because we also don't want to lose that color because it's such a gorgeous color. So we're just going to place that right above this shadow and just use that to blend everything together. And so it'll just kind of peek through just from above. I'm just going in with Magma, so the burgundy-ish, brickish color, and just placing that in the lower lash line as well. And now for the lid color, I think I'm going to cut my crease because I want to use true bronze, and I feel like it'll only show up if I cut my crease. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And for that, we'll use the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer because it's a little bit hydrating. I'm just going to place that. I'm just going to look up. So that's where we want it to reach. So when you do it this way, because when you open your eyes, sometimes the shimmery shadows will transfer up. When you do it this way, it doesn't have any room to transfer up. So the shadow will stay where it is, and you wouldn't notice that sort of, you know, the shadow wouldn't move as much basically. And the tacky beige will also help. Just pressing that in. And then just going back in with the Natasha palette, and we're going to go into True Bronze. I mean, this shadow is just gorgeous. So I'm actually just going to use my fingers for this. It's a very soft shadow. And I'm just going to start by placing that in this center, and then taking it in. Definitely getting some fallout from that shadow. Then just taking a brush and that shadow, just going to start by packing it in the inner corner. I'm just taking the tip of the brush and going into that shade just like that, and we're going to place that just from the middle, and then we're going to place it just in the lower lash line. We just kind of want that sparkle, so basically nothing. We don't want too much of a payoff, we just want that sparkle in the lower lash line, that's it. And I'm just going to take the face powder, and I'm just going to place that just underneath my eyes, just to clean up a little bit. So for highlight today, I used Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal Highlight by Fenty. And I used Lightning Dust. I'm just gonna go in with like a smaller pencil brush, and I'm just taking the Lightning Dust shadow, and I'm just placing that in the inner corner, just for some brightness. And I always take it up. And then I'm going to take that just on my brow bone as well. Just on my arch. And then for eyeliner, I'm using my Maybelline Master Precise All Day eyeliner. And I'm just going to quickly tightline and do my waterline as well. So this is the MAC Smolder Eye Kohl. And then going in with my mascaras. This is the Flower Lash Warrior Mascara. This is the open one. I don't like opening too many different mascaras, so I stick to the ones that are open, and I'm just going to quickly coat my lashes. All right, you guys, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I am totally loving this palette. I mean, it was so easy to blend. The color payoff is amazing. I did have to go in quite a few times with the bronze, with the True Bronze shadow. But I feel like once on, like, it looks amazing. I do recommend having like a glitter glue or some sort of a tacky base for it to adhere to. Otherwise, I do see that it did have a lot of fallout. But I mean, the palette is just the color story, the layout, it is just so gorgeous. I mean, I am totally loving this palette. I mean, heaps of other palettes that are a lot cheaper and from which you would get such a color story, but I think you pay for the quality of the shadows, you know, the ease of blending, the intensity of the colors, you know, just by like from one swipe. I think it's incredible. And of course, like with Natasha Denona, all of her palettes are like that from what I gather from all the reviews that I've watched. But the two palettes that I have, I absolutely love and adore. I really, really love, you know, how this look turned out, and I really love honestly, just the palette itself, like the way it is. I'm not a fan of like this sort of a mirrory cover, because, you know, you can see like my fingerprints all over it, but it's such a gorgeous palette. And I think that just adds to the aesthetic of the palette, right? You do have holes at the back, so if you wanted to ever put these shadows in a Z palette, you can. I don't tend to do that. I like having my palettes laid out. I like having, you know, being able to see everything that I have. So I absolutely love it. I do highly recommend it. But again, if you're someone on a budget, there are heaps and heaps of other palettes that will have a similar color story. I think you're paying for the quality, and you're paying for, again, you know, the aesthetics of the palette, basically. Beautiful, gorgeous palette. I do highly recommend it. Personally, I love the fact that I was able to snag it, honestly. But, you know, please let me know what you guys think of the palette if you've got it. You know, have you tried it? What are your thoughts? Also, let me know what you think of this look. I absolutely love doing cut creases. I don't do them often enough, but I just feel like it gives like a really nice clean look. So absolutely dig them, and I feel like I should do them more often. Every time I do it, I feel like that, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just so lazy. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care. Bye.